Lydia, Priestess, Honeymoon. Thank you so much for being here with me today in this moment, your presence here. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I super appreciate you. Sending so much love to you on this beautiful Sunday. It looks like it's clearing up out there. It was like really rainy, cold this morning, but it's supposed to be sunny. I want to feel that sunshine on my face as I go outside. Oh, excuse me. Thinking about new habits and consistency and relationships. Like, I'm single, but I focus a lot of my time and energy on relationships and how I can do better in relationships and how the things that I want in my relationships to be here. It all starts with relationship to self, right? And how we treat ourselves, but there is also just such magic in relationships and with the other as well, right? We can learn more about ourselves. People reflect back to us like things that we don't know about ourselves, and we stay stuck a lot on just programming and the levels of where we're at in relationships. And yeah, just so grateful to be able to push past that and go deeper in my life and relationships, and just witnessing the projections, right, that people put on other people based on their feelings, like even having things come up around that with me and then being like, can I just witness that and allow that for them and not internalize that? Because then that is huge growth for me, because I used to internalize it like so deeply, and it's not mine to carry. Today I'm thinking about Virginia Giuffre, and all the women who are affected by, just the world, the system that we're in, and men feeling that they are entitled to women's bodies. I was having issues, like feelings come up around a relationship that I was in, and just like learning to, or just seeing myself like really in my ego, and like forgiving, having compassion for that person and myself for needing, but everything's a lesson. Loving how I showed up, because I was able to grow from that in relationships and bring that to my next one if I get the chance to do that again, And so I went to this curtain and saw someone that I had like been on went out to dinner with, right? And like, I wouldn't have even called it a date. He was like, oh, do you want to like go out for coffee sometime? Which like doesn't feel like a date, right? But then he's like, oh, do you want to go for dinner? So we like met up, went for dinner, he drove. But like, he was so, like, he bought the dinner. So like, what, is that like an automatic, like, you're entitled to my body now? And because of how I was very open, and I'm a very pleasure seeking priestess, but that did not mean, like, I was not like sexually attracted to this guy, and he was just like, or even like looking for a relationship other than deepening connections and friendships, right? And like the whole time at dinner, he's just like, you're this number, like talking to me about like the tantric like numerology, which like I'm interested in that. I like hearing what people's perceptions of me are, so I was just like, oh cool, like whatever. But and then on the way he's like, oh, like just stuck in his stories, right, and traumas, and like thinking like I was like throwing myself at him or something, I don't know. But anyways, I saw this guy and I was like not even like really able to like I mean, there was a lot going on anyway, but it was just like this. Like, this was years ago, too, but like, why? And another guy that I was with, too, is like, oh, we're going out, like, you picked me up, we're going out together, and you're buying me drinks, so you think you're coming home with me tonight? Like, those kinds of people, or, you know, and I allowed this in my life for so long, right? And it was just, like, even people like, oh, I couldn't, like, actually be with you, but, like, I'll come and have sex with you? And it's like, that is their own unworthiness and not feeling, like, connected enough to themselves to be able to share this presence with someone else. Not my fault. Like, I don't need to internalize that, and I don't need to allow that in my space, right? As people, we're like, so want that connection, right? We want to be accepted, we want to be with people, but I'm enjoying my being with myself and my own presence. I don't need anybody else here. I have my babies. My kitty is purring here right now. My puppy is feeling my energy. I'm just showing up for myself in my life the way that I am called. Remember on December 7th, I believe, when the massacre in Quebec happened, and I was doing a video. I think I'd had a few drinks, maybe some wine, but I was crying through that whole video, talking about this man who hated women, right, so much, whatever he had been through that made him go into that class and kill 7, 8, 12, oh my gosh, I should remember, 13, all those innocent women, right? And now this, you know, Jeffrey Epstein is like, did he commit suicide? You know, there's so many, like, and Virginia Giuffre, like, you know, this post that she put out and says, like, she's not suicidal, and then, like, reading into the story is, like, she had been through an accident, she was going through, like, her own legal stuff with her children that maybe was facing jail time, right? And there is so much we don't know. The media does not always tell the whole story unless we're actually in that situation. How do we know what's going on? And of course we don't want to just allow, I mean, it looks bad, right? Like, she was the main person, like, accusing Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew of sexual assault and, like, being held accountable, being held liable for what they've done to women. And it's not just her, right? Like, so many underage girls, like, just taken advantage of and used for a man's pleasure. So many layers to this, right? And just reasons why that the sexual exploitation of people is happening because of the shame, because of it is a basic need in us that is not being taken care of, because of the need for power over and control, and that is so revered, especially for men, right? And women are looked at sometimes as objects or as just there for that gratification, for that pleasure, for that whatever, right? And Goddess, help me. Help me to help people embody their pleasure, hold them in their pain, and using my succubus energy to take that pain away and replace it with the pure pleasure and love that is our birthright, that is available to us in any given moment. Just by touching ourselves, just petting an animal, feeling the sun on our face, or the Smelling a flower, hearing the birds, whatever it is for you. Presence. It's so powerful. All that was about relationships. And yeah, I guess this post on, I've seen a few posts on like groups, local groups that, you know, really started opening my eyes to like how people just go with the thing, like that first initial reaction, right? Instead of looking into the full story, like we don't know. It's so easy to judge and just jump to conclusions, but that's not always the case of what is really going on. And it's really easy to just be like, oh, how could they? People are so this, people are so that, they're so this, and hate on people. Instead of being curious and looking at, well, what is that person going through? What is actually going on here? Loving you. Thank you so much for being here. It's Pleasure Lily Diamond. If you want some help releasing that pain, transforming it into pleasure. Mwah, I love you.